What's up, peeps? I'm back. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benz, and thank you so much for joining us for this week's YouTube edition of the AEW Insiders, Movies, and More. I've been getting feedback from you guys on the YouTube channel, which I really appreciate. Somebody told me that I should have a little bit of lighting in here, so I decided to put it on. I'm actually in a photo studio, so why not have some lighting? I don't know why you want to see more of my ugly mug, but your wish is my fucking command, I guess. Also, I do have a guy doing an intro and an outro for the YouTube videos for the channel. I'm hoping it'll be done tonight so I can put it with this video. If not, the next video I do this week, we're going to have a new intro and outro for the YouTube channel, so I'm excited about that. So we got a really big show this week. We've got movie reviews, movie news, TV reviews, trailer reviews, weekend box office, what's opening this week, entertainment news, what have you. So let's get to the show. First, I did watch Stephen King's Dr. Sleep. It was amazing. It didn't do great in the movie theaters, what have you. You know, in these movie reviews, like I'll tell you plot points of the story you can see for the coming attraction if you read it, but I won't say anything major that'll ruin the movie. I watch some of these movie review shows and these people tell you the whole fucking movie. It's ridiculous. It's got the black top hat lady. She did really good in it. It's got tons of throwbacks to The Shining. If you love The fucking Shining, you will love this movie. Ghost from the original, the Outlook Hotel, fucking all that, it's in it. Flashbacks, yada yada. The little girl did awesome, all that shit. And if it's a Shining movie, you have to wonder if Jack Torrance sometime or somehow is going to make an appearance. You got to stay tuned and check it out, peeps. But, it didn't do good at all, I feel, because it was out on bootleg. You can go on your Fire Stick right now if it's jailbroken and watch it. Not telling you to, that's fucked up, but I feel that's what made this not do very well, and Terminator's Dark Fate, to be honest. But I do give Stephen King's Dr. Sleep a 9 out of 10 stars. Besides, I do think they could have chopped the first 20 minutes off, but besides that, it's a fucking solid movie. Alright, American Horror Story Episode 8. This is the episode before the final episode. The final episode comes on Wednesday, and then it's fucking over again till next year, and I hate it. Ryan Murphy really needs to make a proper spin-off so we can have American Horror Story at least twice a year. This one's really good, man. It covered a bunch of stuff. They're trying to do that big concert so a bunch of people get murdered there, and Margaret can make money. We know Kaja Gugu got killed last episode, but if you die at the camp, you come back as ghosts, so they come back. Brooke and Donna run into a fucking reporter who actually knows who they are, so they make a deal with her to tell them everything that's going on. If she doesn't say anything about them to the cops, and she can have the scoop on the story. Dylan McDermott's still around, even in what they did to him next week, so it's really good. I do give episode 8 of American Horror Story an 8.5 out of 10. And I think these ratings are different from the podcast, actually. I just go for it when I'm here with you, P, is how I'm feeling. All right, and like I said, Disney Plus did premiere today, which we'll get to in a little bit. And I did watch the first episode of The Mandalorian, and it kicks fucking ass. If you're a Star Wars fan, you like the bad guys, you like the bounty hunters, what have you, this is your show. It gives you hope of what Disney's doing with Star Wars, because some of their shit is hit or miss, but this show is a bona fide hit. It's about a bounty hunter, just like Boba Fett. He goes over the universe taking bounties. He's one of the baddest bounty hunters around, and he needs to make that money. But money is scared. The Empire has fallen, and all these bounties are really shitty pay. Like one bounty's $5,000. He's like, that won't even cover fuel, you know what I mean? And the guy he goes to get his job is actually called Weathers Apollo from fucking Rocky, which is cool. But he has this job, of course, and it's a dangerous fucking job, and you can die in it, but it pays a lot of money. So he goes to do this job. And you've seen it happen a million times before, too, with bounty hunters, what have you. I would want to use the word his morals, but how much morals can you have if you're a bounty hunter? But they might get into a way of the big job that he's looking to do. So who knows? If so, there's going to be consequences. So definitely check out the first episode of Disney's The Mandalorian, because it fucking kicks anus. Alright, peeps, opening this week in movie theaters near you. We do have the reboot of Charlie's Angels, starring Kristen Stewart from Twilight. She was on Howard Stern last week promoting this, and she said this shit, so I could say it because it's public record. But in this movie, it's not like the old Charlie's Angels. There isn't a Charlie, and he sits there and dispatches these women who work for him and are at his disposal, what have you. These are strong, independent women, and like Charlie started the company, but he's dead and gone or just gone. There's Charlie's Angels all over the United States. Some of the most powerful women that you could think of are Charlie's Angels in this movie, you know what I mean? It's not just this team. team. There's a fucking 1,000 teams of Charlie's Angels, and they're pretty much in charge of themselves. So I think that's a good twist on it. I won't go pay to see it, but I'll wait for it to come out on video on demand. But check out Charlie's Angels if that kind of stuff interests you. Also opening this week, we do have Ford vs. Ferrari, starring Christian Bale and Brad Pitt. It's about an American automotive designer named Carroll Shelby and a fearless British racer named Ken Miles. They battled a big corporate machine, the laws of physics, and their own personal demons to build a revolutionary vehicle for the Ford Motor Company. Together, they plan to compete against the race cars of Enzo Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in France in 1966. With these two in a movie, it would have to be absolutely fucking horrible for it to be bad. It's not going to be bad. I'm not even into race cars or anything like that, and I definitely want to see this myself. Will I see it in the movies? No, but will I see it? Yes. Also opening this week is called Everybody's Everything. Now, this is the story about the rapper named Lil Peep. What it's about, he was creating a unique mix of punk, emo, and trap music. Lil Peep was set to bring new musical genre to the mainstream when he died of a drug overdose at just 21 years old. Now, I didn't know anything about this fucking kid. If you just see a picture of him, which I'll put up, he looks like a fucking goofball. If I see that kid in the neighborhood around my house, I would think he's trouble. But from watching the trailer of this movie and looking into it a little more, this kid was a really, really good kid. He would give you the shirt off his fucking back, like legit. He would do anything for anybody. But he had a drug problem, and he took one shot too many, and it fucking killed his life, dude, literally. So he's gone now. And I do want to see Everybody's Everything, and I actually would go see this in a movie. So definitely show it some love, show it some support, and learn about this kid. Actually, what he was like, not what he looked like or what you heard. And finally, the movies that I picked out that were interesting opening this week, we do have The Report, which does star Adam Driver, a.k.a. Kylo Ren from Star Wars, and he used to be in that show Girls. It's about FBI agent Daniel Jones. He performs an exhaustive investigation into the CIA's use of torture on suspected terrorists. In the aftermath of 9/11 attacks, the CIA adopted a new interrogation techniques. So that's what it's about. Even though these guys are fucking terrorists and they did crazy shit, there's no fucking reason to sit there and do that to a human being. So he gets the word that the fucking government is doing some really, really fucked up shit to people to get information out of them or revenge, and he goes on the job. All right, trailer reviews. These are some movie trailers that dropped this week that I thought were cool. First is Blumhouse's The Invisible Man. People are having mixed feeling about this trailer. Not me. I think it looks awesome, and it's a kick-ass spin on a famous story. It's about a very toxic couple. I mean, like really bad. The girlfriend can't take it anymore, I guess, and she leaves the boyfriend, and he winds up killing himself. Even though he kills himself, he does leave her $5 million in his will. But the only catch is that she can't go crazy. Well, come to find out that he faked his death. And I don't know it's because he's a scientist or because he's rich as fuck and he was able to buy a potion, but it makes him invisible. So, of course, he haunts her, he stalks her, and he kills people she knows because he wants his revenge, and he wants to make her go crazy. And people think that she is going crazy. I'm telling you, it looks fucking awesome. A good thriller, gory, kick-ass shit, man. People are saying they showed too much in the trailer. The guy who made the movie said, you haven't seen anything yet. We didn't show shit. So I definitely want to see this. Check out the trailer for The Invisible Man. Next, M. Night Shyamalan, the famous director who's done movies like Signs, The Village, The Visit, Glass, what have you. He's got a new TV show. It's called Servant, and it looks insane. It's about a couple who will hire a babysitter, a housemaid, what have you, to watch over their newborn child. The hubby thinks the woman they hired is weird as fuck and a little off, and he watches her and what she does, how she reacts, and how she takes care of the baby. Less than halfway through the trailer, the dad picks up the baby by its feet. I'm like, what the fuck? He sits down with the baby and come to find out that the baby is fake. It's a fake fucking baby. So they act like the baby's still alive. The wife does what have you. The weird part is that the servant really does too. So I think that the servant might not be the weirdo. It could be the family. What's the story about how their baby got killed? Did they do it? You know what I mean? Is that why the wife's so much in grief? What if the baby got reincarnated or some way came back as a servant and she wants revenge? I don't fucking know, but it looks awesome. It does star Toby Cabell from an episode of Black Mirror, one of my favorite episodes called The Entire History of You. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's also got Ron Weasley from fucking Harry Potter and a lot more. So check out the trailer for the TV show The Servant. And out of nowhere, a trailer dropped for a movie called Fantasy Island. It's again from Blumhouse or Bloomhouse, what have you. They're on a roll. They're also doing the new Invisible Man. Well, you might remember this was a TV show back in the day when lucky people got to go to an island and their greatest fantasies they had would come true. It ran from the late 70s until the early 80s. It was rebooted in the 2000s, and it actually starred Malcolm McDowell. They tried like a Twilight Zone kind of twist with it, vibe with it, which was cool, but it got canceled really quick. Now, this movie looks great. It's horror, death, thrillers, twists on this Isle of Fantasy. A group of fans or friends get invited to an island, and they get to have their fantasy come true, like revenge on a high school bully, a lost loved one, to save a lost friend, what have you. But it's the evil genie in the lamp stories. To be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. The island actually twists their fantasy around, and it involves people dying, getting murdered. It looks fucking awesome. It does star Michael Pena, and I can't wait to see Fantasy Island. It comes out Valentine's Day next year. And finally, today, out of nowhere, they dropped a trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog. It was a second trailer. If you remember months ago, they released the first trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog, and the internet was fucking pissed because they did not like the way that Sonic looked. When they redid him, I like the way he looked. I think it looks cool. And also, too, it just looks really, really good. I like how they did it. Like this trailer, when I watched the first trailer, I didn't think it looked that good, probably just because of the way he looked. But this one looks really, really good. It's got Jim Carrey in it and all that shit, so you definitely got to check it out. All right, on to some movie news. A few weeks ago, about a month ago, Howard Stern went to Los Angeles. Sirius Studios opened up a new studio over there, and they wanted him to be there for the grand opening. He had an A-list guest of celebrities come on, and one of them was Robert Downey Jr. When they were talking, Howard told them how much he loves the Avengers, what a great job he did in the last one, Iron Man, yada yada, and Howard thinks that it is bullshit that those kind of comic book and Marvel movies do not get nominated for an Academy Award, which Robert Downey agreed with. Well, Hollywood was listening, and the Avengers people, and they recently, like this week, nominated a bunch of their Marvel actors for their movie, like Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, fucking Chris Hemsworth, but most importantly, Robert Downey Jr. So it's very good that Hollywood listened, and they're actually in the running for an Academy Award because they deserve it. And Avengers Endgame just won Best Movie of the Year at the People's Choice Awards. Fast and the Furious 9, starring its newest member, John Cena, finished wrapping this week. So expect to see it probably next summer. It's amazing how far this series has come. With all its up and downs, good ones, bad ones, what have you, the Paul Walker incident, it's still kicking ass number-wise. James Gunn, he's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and a lot of other big-time movies. He gave big props to an actor on his current movie. We know he's working on the Suicide Squad. That's the sequel to Suicide Squad. He already went on record and said it's the best time he has ever had on set filming a movie, which is crazy. And he said that Margot Robbie might be the best actor he has ever worked with. That's some big props coming to her. Well, as we know, Martin Scorsese's newest flick, The Irishman, debuts on Netflix at the end of the month. An actor from the movie said that Ed Sheeran was on the movie set for a couple of days. In the movie, there's a character named Frank Sheeran, and this is what he had to say. He said they're related. You know that? Honest to God, I swear on my Nana's life, that's what Ed Sheeran said, that is his distant uncle. So that's pretty cool. That's all I'm going to be thinking about when I'm watching the movie. This Frank Sheeran guy is Ed Sheeran's fucking uncle. I did announce that they are making Spider-Man Into the Multiverse 2, which is really cool. The director or creator of it already announced one of the new Spider-Man. Because you remember the last one, they had them from all different dimensions, which kicked ass. Spider-Pig, Spider-Ham, what have you. This one, they're actually going to do the Japanese Spider-Man. He was actually over in Japan. This guy has a special bracelet that has a spider suit, his web shooter, and it's his ability to control a ship. He has a ship called the Marveler that can transform into a big robot. So that's going to be really, really cool to see the Japanese Spider-Man in the multiverse sequel. On to some streaming news. Disney Plus, baby. November 12th, 2019 is the day that Disney Plus premiered. I worked all day, so I didn't get to check it out much, but we did have some snow, so my daughter was home. She's been watching it all fucking day. I did make sure I watched The Mandalorian, of course. That's how I gave you this review, and I love it so far, man. For your kids or even you, if you like them, all their shows are on there. Fucking The Sweet Life with Zack and Cody, fucking Lizzie McGuire, Hannah Montana, fucking High School Musical. Plus, they got the new shows like The Mandalorian. They've got every episode of The Simpsons. They've got old cartoons like Marvel cartoons, the awesome 1992 X-Men show, the remake, fucking the Spider-Man. Everything, yo. It is awesome. Plus Marvel movies and original movies. So you gotta check it out. You get your first week free right now. 7 days free. And then after that, it's only $7.99 a month. All you need is Netflix and Disney Plus in your set. Like us, we've got the Fire Stick, Netflix and Disney Plus, and we're really set. So check it out, peeps. It's totally worth it. And also DC Universe. You know how they have their own app, their own streaming service, their own shows? There's a show called Titans, which is short for their comic book people, the Teen Titans. Well, it's an awesome show. I watch a season 1, half of season 2, and I need to finish it, but they just got renewed for season 3, and I'm excited about that. It's no kiddie shit, man. People get bones fucking broken. There's blood, there's death, and all that. You gotta check out Titans. All right, on to some entertainment news. Rapper Bad Baby, you know her, Danielle Bregoli, Cash Me Outside. I dig her, man. She changed her whole fucking life around, literally. She was that badass girl on Dr. Phil. Now she is a touring, multi-million-dollar rap artist, legit. Well, you know there's another YouTube chick called Whoa Vicky. They hate each other. Somehow they got into a studio together and they got into a fight. Everybody says, well, Vicky beat Bad Baby's ass, but you really got on top of her and nothing was really done. Well, somebody brought it up to Bad Baby yesterday on Twitter and they asked if she would fight her. And she said, fuck yes, but she wants $1 million to do it. So we know what happened last weekend with Logan Paul. Those guys filled the fucking 12,000 seats in the Staples Center in LA for 2 internet guys in a fake fucking fight. So that's what Bad Baby wants. She said she'll fucking box Will Vicky or fight her, but it's got to be for $1 million. So that's pretty awesome. All right, if you watch the TV show Ghost Hunters, you know the main guy, I think he's a weirdo, but Zack Bagan. In his personal life, which I think is cool, he loves to collect and show off strange items. He's got a museum in Vegas. Well, the Utah government might be contacting him sooner than later over an item that he bought. Listen to this, peeps. The Ghost Adventurer star Zack Bagan has been steadily adding to his Las Vegas Haunted Museum recently. He already owns the van of Dr. Jack Kevorkian, a supposedly haunted mirror that belonged to the captain of the Titanic, and even the chair that Michael Jackson's doctor sat in when he pumped the singer full of anesthesia drugs. Well, Baggins purchased Ted Bundy's glasses for $50,000 earlier this year, and he just vastly increased his Bundy memorabilia. He purchased a murder kit. It was the real kit that Ted Bundy used when he went out on murders. It contains a ski mask, an ice pick, gloves, a flashlight, orange wire, trash bags, a gym bag, rope, and strips of bed sheets. The problem, though, is that the items he purchased might not have legally belonged to the person he bought them from. He acquired them from the wife of a former Salt Lake County Sheriff's detective, but it legally appears they belong to the Utah government. So right now, the Utah State Attorney General's office is considering their legal options to repossess the murder kit and several other documents Baggins purchased relating to the case. It's understood that Zack has not yet been contacted about this issue, but he could be any day now. That's fucking awesome. All right, we'll get to the weekend box office and wrap up the show. I'm holding you guys too long. Number 1 for the past weekend was Midway, the new retelling of the Pearl Harbor story. People went to see it. It made $17.6 million. Unfortunately, number 2, which should have been number 1, was Dr. Sleep. It only pulled in 14 million. They predicted it to make like 20 something or 40 something. I apologize. And right now it's already going to lose 20 million, which is sad. I'm telling you, it's because of the fucking Fire Stick, the illegal bootlegging. Number 3 is John Cena's new movie Playing with Fire with 12.8 million. Number 4 is the new Christmas movie Last Christmas, which pulled in 11.7 million. And number 5 is Terminator Dark Fate, which pulled in 10.8 million. All right, peeps, I've been just rambling on, blah, 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 bringing you this. Remember to show us love on all social media platforms and podcasting platforms. And also the links are right up on our homepage on YouTube, so you can just click on them and go there. It's the AEW Insider. And on Twitter, the AEW Insider 1. I will be back in a couple of days with a wrestling video and next week with another Movies and More video. And definitely check out our podcast. I got a shitload of them up there. All right, peeps, as always, I'm your host, Lee Benz, and this is the AEW Insider. Ciao.